Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakurasou here, come at you guys with the 2022 Yu-Gi-Oh! Set tier list. We have OTS from side sets here in this category, and while making this list, I realized how many bad products actually came out this year. We had a lot of amazing ones and a lot of good ones. Like, I don't think the C and beer tier are even going to be used that much, but we got reheated fast food as D. It's barely edible, but it's pretty awful. And then we have a complete waste of space. Like, this is just bad for climate change or some bullshit. I don't know. But we're gonna get right into it. If you guys enjoy these videos, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe if you have not already. I think we're like 42 subs off of 3,500, and I have something amazing planned for 3,500 subs. So do not make me hunt you guys down to hit that subscribe button. I know 33% of people watch my videos are not subscribed, so come on, hit the subscribe button. It's free. Don't make me show up. I mean, we're probably going to have a pleasant conversation. Then I'm just going to leave after asking you nicely to subscribe, which you might not still. But still, you don't want that to happen, right? If you're buying any cards off TCG Player, please use my affiliate link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. And consider being a YouTube channel member. And thank you to all my YouTube channel members. So we're going to get right into this. So to start off, Grand Creators. Now, this set was really good overall because Adventure was a extremely meta relevant engine for, I think, 2 formats at the very least. You would see even close to like 60-65% of top 32 deck profiles, with a few times where it was like 70-75. You also had a Punk in this archetype, something I thought was really, really good. And while Punk and Adventure aren't seeing play for the time this came out, Punk was wrecking it when we had Chaos Emperor still legal, since that got or Chaos Ruler, I should say. And when that got banned, Punk kind of started to slowly die down, but it wasn't really Grand Creator's fault. It was more of when we hit a tier 0 format, decks or sets that could be good aren't as great, because it's like, well, yeah, it's great, but if you want to be meta, you have to play this for the most part. You might be that one guy who gets the top 32 with one of the rogue decks or tier 1.5s, but you're probably not going to be. And that's why I think a lot of people might not look back well at Grand Creators. Now, I would put this at A plus, right? But my biggest issue with Grand Creators was the product quality, and it's very hard for me to put something lower because of product quality. But Grand Creators was just so bad. You had miscuts, you had a lot of cards damaged right out the pack. This set made me and you had shifts for days. And not even like shifts that were worth much at all. Like, you had to get a really bad misprint for it to be worth it because it was so common. So it kind of takes the fun and cool out of it when it's like, oh, it's very rare to get a misprint. Now it's like, well, if you get a box and you don't get a misprint, that's kind of like a rare box if you think about it. So I am going to put this in. I'm going to put this probably in. You know what? I'm gonna put it in A. I'm probably gonna put more towards B, but this set also had good reprints as well as great CR picks. I mean, Emergency Teleport, Solemn Strike, and Torrential Tribute. Look, if it didn't have the beautiful CR Torrential Tribute, it'd be B. But I'm gonna put it in A just for that, as well as it did a lot to the meta. It was a good deck building set, and a lot of these other deck building sets that we usually get aren't that great. So we can just put that in A for now. Now, Battles of Chaos was a very interesting set. I think the Starlights are wonderful in this set. They look great, all that. But my main issue with this set is that it always felt like it was off being a good set, even though its cards kind of rotated. And the set has not aged well at all. I mean, yeah, you had a few cards like, Illusion of Chaos seeing a little bit of play, Guardian, Chimera seeing some play. But this was more of a collector-esque set, as well as Konami, I think, knowing that, actually is already reprinting Battles of Chaos. Like, this set, and this is what I dislike, this set did not really get a great run because we were already seeing, like, for example, Guardian, Chimera getting reprint in Maze of Memories, right? This is a very new core set in a way. Usually the first reprint a core set gets is in the tins, so you can kind of have these cards for X amount of time. So if you got some of these cards earlier for your collection or whatever, you kind of got a little screwed over. It's not a bad set. It's more of a collector's set. I mean, the Ultra every case was kind of cool, I guess. I'm going to put this in C also. I mean, I think the pre-sale for Dark Magician was also kind of ridiculous. I'm going to put this in C. That's what I'm going to do. Now, hidden garbage. All right. Waste of space. It's actually really funny because I almost wanted to thank Hidden Arsenal because we've got a lot of great sets after Hidden Arsenal. And I kind of like to think maybe this is a little bit of copium that Konami saw how Hidden Arsenal was not just a bad set, right? They actually lost money on this set. Vendors lost money. Everyone lost money on this set. It was actually comedy, right? And for a set to actually neg as hard as Hidden Arsenal, I don't remember a time where that really happened. This set honestly shouldn't have ever even been released. I saw it miles away that this set was going to be awful. I don't know what Konami was thinking. If they get a chapter 2, I mean, I don't know. The only thing that's going to do is give them maybe like a tax write-off because, if you lose money and all that. I'm not too sure how it's going to work for a big company like that, but, their lawyers will figure it out. Just one, this set, I'm going to look back and be like, did Konami really release this? I mean, I don't know. If it has Hidden Arsenal name, it's always going to usually be bad most of the time. I think the only good Hidden Arsenal-esque pack was 7. The only real thing. I mean, every Hidden Arsenal was bad, but it had like 1 or 2 main, for the most part, extra deck monsters. Like Hidden Arsenal 4 had Trishula, right? For example, that were good, and that's it. Magnificent Mavens here. You know, I'm going to put this in a B tier. I'm going to put this in a B tier because this set, I mean, it brought us Ishizu, which a lot of players dislike. A lot of people want to say Yu-Gi-Oh's dying, then Yu-Gi-Oh's not dying. Look, buddy, Yu-Gi-Oh's not dying, but the amount of people not playing advanced right now, they're either playing speed duel, older format, or what a lot of players do, and people don't realize this, is less people are being interactive with the game and taking a break / going to other card games for the format. Like, I know so many people who are doing this, that's not even funny. Our events that we've been seeing so far, we've had a lot less people like going to say like regionals, YCSs, all that, just to even hang out and all that. And that just kind of shocks me a little bit. That's the reason this is not in the A tier. Now, the reprints, we had some great reprints. We had Apollosa, Duster, Evenly. Some of the reprints I'm not going to give too much credit for, like, say, Imperm and Lightning Storm. I mean, we just got a Lightning Storm reprint as a Prismatic Secret. I'd rather spend $3 more on that, so I don't like that reprint in Mavens just because it was so close, kind of. Konami, just like Aluber, when they get their hands on what they consider as a good reprint, they just start spamming it out of the woodwork. Like, same with stuff like talents and all that. And this set is good, especially more better on the surface. But when you really dive down, it's not as good. Now, they have a lot of cool niche upgrades as well. They have the Sword Soul stuff, which I believe just should have been in the tins. That's kind of why I'm putting in the B tier. I just have a few issues with this set, as well as the value in this set is not that great. But if I put it any lower than B, someone's going to cause me a riot. I think B's fine for it. I don't think it's closer to A. I don't think it's that closer to C. It's just a solid B pick. Legendary Duelist Season 3. I'm going to put this in reheated fast food. This set wasn't great because, as I always tell people, look, Season 3 is going to suck. I said this before Season 3 even got announced. I said, well, where can they take from? Okay, Magical Hero, which was a good set, but they started reprinting Magical Hero outside of this. Then, for Immortal Destiny, they started reprinting Immortal Destiny outside of this. We got Bane and Adusted Gold in Brothers of Legends, right? So the issue with this set is that when we got this set, well, the top 3 cards, Magician Souls, Malicious Bane, and Adusted Gold, were already reprinted. So what was really here to sell this set? Just a bunch of more niche cards. Yeah, they got reprinted again. Like, I think Magician Souls got reprinted again, and I guess it's cool that I had another reprint, and it was like a decent amount of time frame between that and the Secret. But we're at the point where you'd rather pay a few more dollars and get the Ultra, and it wasn't really that easy to grab. And this set just didn't have that many chase cards. It's not a waste of space, but it's not good because of that reason. I think that this set would have been better if they held onto Malicious Bane, Adusted Gold, and Magician Souls for Legendary Duelist Season 3, but they wanted to sell other sets like Brothers of Legends, and I guess maybe they just were worried about it. I mean, if you think about Brothers of Legends without Magician Souls, and then you take the 2 Starlights out of the equation, that set's not that great, actually. So I don't know. They wanted to boost the set up by screwing another set, and they did that twice. So that's kind of what screwed this set over. Now, the 2022 tins here, I'm gonna put this in A tier. I was thinking about S tier, but I just have an issue with tins not having promos. I just don't like that, so that's a little bit of bias. As well as some of the picks were kind of odd, as well as I don't like how they actually took out Sword Soul reprints, because they were supposed to be, I believe, in the tins, and they took all the Sword Soul stuff to push Magnificent Mavens. Again, another set that I find a little odd. It's like, oh, we have to take stuff from other sets that are supposed to say get reprinted now. We're going to have to put them in this set so that this set has a better chance of selling, right? Now, I like the tins because it hit all the sweet spots, as well as the prismatic secret rares look absolutely gorgeous. Reprinting staples as well, like droplets, the hand traps, this, that, means that this set will always have something going for it, as well as they did make a lot of cards look nicer, more accessible. I think the prismatic lightning storms in this set look fantastic. We got some decent, we have good value to this day with it. The only thing I don't like here is that we have DM cards just reprinted for no reason. I'm sorry, Dark Magician Blue Eyes and Red Eyes shouldn't have been in here. I know some people like them and all that, but they were just kind of filler spaces. I think maybe they wanted a little more, like, oh, we could do some DM era just to sell it to the casuals for the 80th time, and it helps fill the slots where Sword Soul is supposed to be. But overall, really good set. Now, Fallen of Albaz structure deck, where else can I put this but S? This was picked up day one. Players love it. People still play it to this day. The reprints were good. I believe we got Dark Ruler No More. I think we got Ghost Ogre as well. So I had good reprints. Great cards overall. Brand Fusion still should have been ulti besides Aluber. I will stick to that opinion. But in OTS 20, which is, we actually do have the OTS over here. But overall, extremely great structure deck. Impacted the format. Did what it was supposed to do. Helped players for cheaper. And then we get the additional stuff in our core set, usually as like a secret each, right? Very good structure deck here. Now, Crystal Revenge here. Where am I supposed to put this? I think that Crystal Revenge, I'm gonna put this in. Ooh, it's either a C or a B because there's some things I really do like about this, and I'm gonna stick to a B here. I'm gonna stick to a B. Might be a high C now. The pros, well, we have a starlight, we have 10 starlights, and we have a starlight every case, meaning that this set it's going to help with the set's value, and it's a little hard for some starlights to be shortened because instead of there being 5 and you get one every 2 cases, there's 10, you get one every single case, so more people could be happy. It's easier to pull a starlight rare, but it doesn't diminish a value of a certain starlight rare because none of them are like ratio-wise easily more pullable. Like, say if there were 8 starlights and was one every case, well, I guess it's a little easier to pull something, but since it's 10 and the math adds up, it's really, really good. I think there's a lot of great cards for Edison in here and older formats, so I feel like this is like Konami kind of giving like a nudge in a way, but I can't say that for sure because, for example, like value and some of the Blackwing cards, I mean, when we got Darkwing Blast here, a lot of players, they don't even know what Blackwings are if they came in the last 5 years. Much less have the cards for them. So I think this was kind of a set to also push those. But there are a few other cute cards. There's a lot of great penny stonks that could go up over time as well. We did get some great reprints like Axis Kotalker, Celine, the Fusion Destiny I think was pretty good. We got a bunch of Toon secret rare reprints. I think Toon Chaos, those were amazing reprints. The issues with this set, after all those pros, is that the set doesn't have value. I'm really glad I didn't get a case for this because it all depends on what starlight you pull, and that will determine if you neg or not. Because with this set, if you open up, say, an access code and a Celine, right? Access code being about $28-30 here, Celine being close to 7-8, whatever. Those are the top 2 cards, I believe. I know access is number 1. If the second one's something different, whatever. But you are going to pull half your money back, and that's it, right? So to go plus on a box is impossible without a starlight rare, and that happened quite early into this set's release as well. So that's kind of one thing I don't really like about it. I'm putting in B tier because it did have some a lot of great picks and a lot of great penny stocks, as well as I do like the kind of new format of starlight rare. But except for that, if it didn't really have those two things, I might even have put it in rehated fast food. Backshot Blast, aka Darkwing Blast. I have to put this in A. I'm not even really that fond of this set, but I cannot deny what it's done for the metagame and all the good cards in here. Like Kashtira, or as I like to call Shachira, because I don't know, I can't pronounce anything, is already making an impact before Photon Hypernova in this tier 0 format. So if it's doing good now when we get Photon Hypernova and if we see a little hit to tier limit on the next list and Kashtira go untouched, I mean, maybe we'll be in a new tier 0 format. Who knows, right? But people are already playing that with Fenrir and Unicorn and all that. And then we also have the buy-stills, which people are calling new staples as well. You know, you splash B-stills and some Fenrirs into a deck, and you basically have a competitive deck right off the bat here. You also have some more support for our tier 0 currently, like Tier Lament here. We got another Sprite card that's actually quite good. We've got some Labyrinth support that's good, and that's doing a lot on the OCG, and a lot of people are big fans of Labyrinth, so that's cool. We have some Draco support, which is really good. There's nothing in it for me, but there's a lot of great cards in here, and a lot of people are happy with this set. Dimension Force here, you know, it's so hard because I want to put this in reheated, not waste of space. I want to put this in reheated fast food. I really do, but like it wasn't that bad, especially for the time. But I'm gonna put this in C because we did get some decent pendulum support like the Link, which a lot of people are playing a little more now. There's more combos and strategies for it. We also did get Starfrost and a lot of lore-esque in this archetype. And this set was not bad when it came out. The set became obsolete very quickly, however. But while it was, people were playing Therions and, you know, all that jazz. The Starlight debacle with this, where we have so many Starlights of this set on the market, that's not even funny. Is also one thing. We also have Scareclaw, which some people do enjoy. I'm not gonna say it's made a name for itself, but it didn't fade out of irrelevance completely. And it might show up a little bit more in the future, who knows? But I'm just gonna put it at a C tier and kind of call it a day. Legendary Duelist, you know, I really want to put this in reheated fast food. And I'm actually going to. Now, before everyone gets their pitchforks, I kind of want to explain. What gets this a whole tier down is that we have a Legendary Ocean reprint in here, but not Warrior of Atlantis, a card that desperately needed a reprint that should have been in the set because cards interact with that card specifically. The fact that Konami has not reprinted that card or has gone past it is actually inexcusable in my opinion because it just takes reading. It's kind of like how in Battles of Legends Armageddon, we really need a Heart Earth reprint, and they reprinted I think it was like C whatever 92, I think it is. I could be wrong. But they reprinted C Heart Earth and not the regular Heart Earth. It's like a spin in the face, and that's what they kind of did with this set. Now, to sell this set when it came out, we had Marincess support, we had a Ghost Rider Silent Honor Arc, which I do like, and we had the Marincess cards, as well as some fish cards, right? The big issue is the main hitter, which is Droplets. This got a quick reprint before the tins, which this set came out, I think, 2 months before the tins, maybe 2.5, something like that. The big hitter of this set is now a lot less, as well as the Marincess stuff. While that was great, and I think that's a great hit, we should have had this a long time ago when Marincess first came out. You know, I don't like it when we have to have this archetype that is, you know, it's getting support for like 3 core sets, and it doesn't do anything, and then they have to wait to release the really good support much later on. I really don't like that because people will start playing Marincess, but could you imagine if the support in this set for Marincess came out earlier, like they replaced a couple of the garbage cards with this? Like we got Marincess Dive, for example, in, I believe, Ignition Assault, because I think that's where Marincess debuted. That would be great, right? And that's one problem I have with the set. Yeah, we have some cool fish stuff here. I guess that's cute. But the set overall isn't really that great. I have to put in reheated fast food. We have Ghosts of the Past here. I'm going to put this in... I'm going to put this in B tier. This set's pretty good. It's got a lot of great reprints. It has a lot of great penny stonks. It's just the value wasn't there when you first bought it. You either got a Ghost Rare or you did not, and it's still like that right now. Also, the product quality of the Ghosts is bad. They did not learn from Ghosts of the Past 1. In fact, they actually, I believe, got worse. I would say not too much worse, but worse when it came to it, because you have like a lot of goo on the back. You know, kind of looks like someone wiped their ass, but gently with it without creasing the card. And it kind of sucks, right? having dried cum stains as well on the back of your ghost rare, and then you bought for near mint. Like it really does suck here. Some of the ghost rare picks are kind of odd, as well, but it had some good reprints. I'll tell you that. Plus, they had the Great Aluber reprint, which was nice. I think B tier is perfectly fine for this set. OTS 18. I'm going to put this. All right, I'm gonna personally put this in A tier. I know a lot of people want to hear B tier, but hear me out on this, okay? So I like an OTS pack where they give us 3 great ultis, right? Where one ulti isn't considered the worst ulti right off the bat. And this set gave us the ultis of Ecclesia, Dogmatica, Zeus, and then we got Fusion Destiny, right? Now, Fusion Destiny was a great ultimate rare. People were really excited. I believe we had Fusion Destiny at 3 at this point, and then it went to 2, and then it went back up to 3. Now, that was really great because DPE was single out play. Heroes got Ultimate Rare and Forever. That was like kind of current because a lot of hero ultis are extremely old. And again, it was also meta relevant and kind of caught the legacy. When you have an ulti like that, I think it's a wonderful pick, even though I don't like heroes that much at all. But you guys know that. Zeus was a great powerhouse card. It was a generic meta relevant card that everyone could use. So if you pull it, it's great. And then Ecclesia was bit of a weird pick. I already had Starlight, but a lot of people liked it because a lot of people like Dogmatica. They like the lore. They like this. They like that. The ultis were not only great but relevant, but they also served multiple purposes. The reason why the prices are kind of low is because at OTS 18, I did not know this at the time until OTS 19 actually came out. They actually printed a lot of OTS 18. I don't know. This is not what I'm about to say next is speculation, but I believe that Konami saw the last few 2 OTSs where we got 16 we got ulti droplets and 17 we got ulti imperm, and they saw this. And in OTS 16 we actually had ulti Cyber Dragon over $100 at one point. I think it maxed at 180, and Konami was just like, this is ridiculous. We need to overprint this so that we could get more of these copies into circulation. That's just an idea I have. Again, not confirmed. The supers were good for the time too. Hercules is like one of the only OTS super reprints that I am going to tolerate, just because it was like $300 for the super rare at one point. I think it was like 200. Then OTS 18 got announced, and then it started dropping. Monk of the Tenyi is a great super here. This set has quite a few great supers, as well as it has a good common reaper too. I'm going to put an A. 19, you know what? I'm going to put this in waste of space. I just fucking hate this OTS. I'm going to explain. First of all, the product quality is awful. I'm not going to show my skill drains over here, but you guys have, if you've been watching the channel at all, you guys will know how I talk about the product quality of this. In fact, I made a whole video on why OTS is kind of going down the drain and following a bad path solely because of this OTS. Now, this OTS was not used to upgrade cards. It was more used to reprint cards. Now, Ulti Water Enchantress got a reprint after 3.5 months of Grand Creators as an ultimate rare. And I think that was ridiculous because a lot of people who invest in the card, as well as got CR specifically, kind of got screwed over because they're like, hey, I didn't even get 4 months of play out of this, and you're already going to reprint it as an ulti, which some people are going to prefer, and they lost a lot of money. The ultis don't look that great. Product quality's bad. I don't like the picks. I mean, Albaz is kind of whatever, right? I get how that could be good. Go for it. All right, whatever. But Skill Drain, I don't really agree with that. I don't like that. Same with War Enchantress, as well as these supers were really bad. Some of them, like, for example, Pain Painter. This was not only a card that never saw play and was hated when it came out, hated when it got re-released, but instead of just reprinting it as a common, which I wouldn't really bat an eye. I mean, I'm like, yeah, okay, you just want to give it a reprint, give it a reprint, whatever. They decided to use the super slot instead, which was absolutely insulting because OTS is supposed to upgrade cards, not reprint cards. Now, if they reprint stuff as commons, whatever. I think that's okay, right? But if you're giving it a super rare, if there's a secret rare out there, do not make it a super rare. Reprint it in a reprint set earlier, ahead of time. Whatever, right? There's so many cards that you can upgrade. You're not going to run out, Konami. Don't be lazy. As well as we got 2 tokens in this OTS, which a lot of players don't like tokens, but we got 2. Now, my biggest issue is not only did we get 2 of them, but we did not get the Sword Soul token. We did not get the Adventure token, which was ridiculous because Adventure was seeing a lot of play, and they needed the token. We did not get that. Sword Soul seeing a lot of play, or they need a token. They did not get that. We got 2 bullshit ass slime tokens, and there was absolutely no point to this. They dropped the ball. So hard that wasn't even funny. Waste of space, absolutely. OTS 20 here. Let's see here. I'm gonna put this. I'm a solid B on this. Now with OTS 20, we did get quite a few good supers, so I'm gonna probably put this more in B plus, as well as the common reprints were quite good. The set had a lot of value, but then it got kind of hurt after the ban list because we had a $15 plus super called Hero the Orange Light, which, like, let's say you win 3-4 tournament packs and you'll pull an ulti, but you pull a super, you feel really good. You're like, you know what? I got $15 super rare. That's awesome. I got, this dollar common as well. And, I got a super nimble beaver that I needed, That's cool, right? You don't always have to pull the ulti out of OTS 20 to win. At least that's how it was. Ulti Luber was fine. It's just, again, they're spamming it. They're like, oh, we got our little, it's like that meme where the guy goes to the couch like, good morning, sunshine. They're just milking the shit out of Luber, man. Like, so badly. And it shouldn't have been the ulti pick. It should have been Branded Fusion, which I actually said when I put this in S tier. So there's that. Ulti Ray was great. I know a lot of players didn't like it. I was fine with it. I just was like, huh, why now kind of thing. But I like it. And then we got Ulti Winter Cherries. We should have got Ash, to be honest with you here. I think Winter Cherries is somewhat of a flop, but the supers were great. Good common reprints. I think it's a fine OTS. It's fine. All right. Power of the Elements. I mean, this was a game changer, but I'm going to put this in. Do I want to put an A? We're just going to put an A. I mean, we got some decent Starlights here. We got some great generic cards as well as Sprite and Tearlament, to change up the format. We got some Verniscent stuff that was really good. We got a lot of decent off stuff, as well as 2 new meta decks that people wanted right off the bat that are still seeing play to this day. Konami is also even running in Unlimited of this, so again, Power of the Elements was very popular. I'll just put an A tier. I don't have to explain Power of the Elements that much. The Rainbow Structure deck, I kind of want to put this. I don't like Crystal Beast. You guys know that. I kind of want to put this in A. And I think I'm gonna leave in A. Now, this a structure deck, people are going to locals and they're actually doing extremely well with it. They're not really doing great at top events at all, but I think it's probably shown up a little bit with the new card. People have played this a little bit as well. I do believe this deck, or a Crystal Beast S deck, did get a top 32 like 2-3 times, something like that. I don't know the exact stats, so if you want to inform me and you're educated a little more about this deck, please let me know in the comment section below. But this arc, not only did it appeal to casuals and a bit of collectors, but some players who like to actually go to locals every week and play the game as well. The reprints were fantastic. We had Ash, Ghost Bella, and a few other cards that were really great. The reprints were definitely S tier, so I'm just going to leave in A. The GX box set, I'm just going to put this in like, I don't know how speed. Look, I'm gonna put this in reheated fast food for the sake of this, because of it's a speed duel product, so I'm gonna like be a little more lenient on it. This set didn't really have any value. No card really went above $5-6 here. It was just like a few decent reprints. Like, I think Dog Run was an amazing secret rare reprint. Looks absolutely gorgeous. I think it was cool for speed duel people, I think. But the fact that this set couldn't sell well at all really kind of shows me, as well as the value in this set. So I have to put it there. GX over here, I'm gonna put this in. I'm gonna put this in reheated fast food. I mean, had some decent reprints for the time, but we got the biggest one, which was Dasher, already got a reprint, and then that crashed that reprint, which was an OTS 18, which OTS 18 had a lot of great supers when it came out. Like I said, Baby Source was another great one in OTS 18 as well. But the Dasher Secret does look really good. I'm just gonna put it reheated fast food. I don't think it wasn't explosive like the first one. They missed the magic right there. Dark World Structure deck, I'm gonna put this in B, if tier, because it's kind of ironic how Konami released a discard to graveyard structure deck when they released Macro to 3, D-Fisher to 3, Dimension Shifters at 3, and it's basically a, can we open up a Banish-esque floodgate or concurrent effect, and Dark World got released in the middle of that. I actually find that quite humorous, but I like Dark World. They made the deck quite nice. They made the deck very fun to play, and I even like to play it. In fact, I actually will be getting 3 structure decks. I might actually play some casual fun with this because I do like this archetype quite a bit, and you guys know that. So I'll leave in the beats here. And for the last pick, and if you guys have not smashed that like button, I don't know what you're doing. If you're buying any of these cards off, any cards off TCG Player, please use my link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to know the additional cost to you. And thank you to all my YouTube channel members. You guys make this possible, of me being able to spend more time on uploads, get people to edit special videos, doing giveaways. I really do appreciate you guys. And if you guys don't know, I live stream at 10 p.m. Central every Tuesday, so go check that out. But eventually I will want to live stream twice. Now, Tactical Masters here for our last set here. And also, remember, if you guys disagree with me, I love to hear it in the comment section below. Love hearing different opinions. Tactical Masters, definitely at minimum a B. I don't know if I want to put in A or not. I'm going to leave it in B. Now, I think Runic and Labyrinth were really, really great archetypes for our deck building strategy. We got more busted cards later on. I think the CRs this set had some fine CRs. Some of them were very odd, honestly. You had good ones and bad ones, typically how this kind of goes. You had good value for what the box is worth, actually, which is really good. The issue with this is the cards in this set aren't seeing a lot of play in the TCG because, again, it's a tier 0 format. Runic can literally let you draw 3 cards on your opponent's turn, but it's not seeing play. It's actually insane, and that's kind of something I don't really like. I actually opened up a case of this on stream, and I actually still like this set to this day. It had some decent reprints as well. I think the Trap Trick was ever, but like they had Cyclone, they had Droll. Droll as being a very good reprint. I mean, I believe that when we do see Droll coming back into the format, because you guys know my rule, when hand traps are not seeing play, that's the time to pick them up, because Droll will always have its time in certain formats. Ash will have a better time in certain formats. Ghost Spell, etc., etc., right? So when Droll gets in a format, people are going to look at Tactical Master and be like, well, not only is this not a pretty good set, but as a draw reprint, I believe the rares could go to $4 to $5 possibly. Who really knows? Well, I do. I think Drolls are going to go up. I still think getting Drolls cheap right now at like $1.50 piece. Very good investment. With that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this tier list. I don't do tier lists very often. I believe last year I actually tried doing more tier lists, but some people liked them, some people didn't, and I'm a person who likes a tier list every once in a while, and I was more focused on wanting to create other content. But next year I do want to do a tier list maybe once every month and a half, something like that, as like a cool special video, because some of you do like these longer videos. And hopefully you guys did enjoy this. So thank you for you guys who reached the end of this video. I know it was quite long, but I had a lot of fun with this one, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.